Okay, our first story tonight is about how Maine is responding to growing concerns about political violence. Threats to lawmakers in the state have more than doubled each year since 2023. State House reporter Christian Harsa has more on a bill to address that.
Lawmakers here at the State House are debating whether or not the state of Maine should partially fund at-home security systems for legislators.
So I think there's a little bit of a deterrent there.
Democratic Senator Teresa Peirce from Falmouth is proposing the state set aside $450,000 for lawmakers who feel they need the added security.
So it's a personal decision.
A personal decision she doesn't want to also be a financial one.
I would never want someone not to feel safe because they didn't have the ability to do this on their own.
But some, like Republican Representative Randall Greenwood from Wales, are skeptical.
Like, for example, I've taken the position where I've installed ring cams, so I have the ability to record and so on, but I didn't ask the taxpayers to pay for it.
Peirce argues that taxpayers already reimburse their citizen legislators for some costs, like $50 a day for food, $70 for lodging, and 55 cents for each mile they drive to and from the Capitol.
And unfortunately now the world has changed where some sort of level of safety is a necessary element.
Threats against lawmakers have been increasing. The Department of Public Safety reports in 2023 there were 23 threats, but in just 2 years that figure rose to 111.
We need to make sure that people continue to want to sit in the seats around this horseshoe.
Democratic Senate President Mehdi Daughtry testified in support of the bill, citing threats against fellow legislators.
We've had consistent death threats. In fact, this is something I've been through. We've had consistent rape threats against bipartisan female members of this legislature.
Some Republican lawmakers on the state and local government committee question if security is the goal. Shouldn't other options be on the table, such as at the State House, where Senator Joe Martin from Rumford Point says he feels the least safe?
I really believe that legislators, if they're trusted enough by their constituents to come down here and represent them, they should be allowed to carry a concealed weapon with them down here if they want to.
As the bill is written right now, the $450,000 fund is a one-time expenditure, and if depleted, would need to go back through the State House again to be refilled. In Augusta, Christian Harsa, News Center, Maine.